Hey guys, what's rockin'? Fat Trish here with Space Fat Productions presents. This is episode 4. It is hosted by Mr. Bones and Brennan Grimes. They went to check out different places in space.
Hi, what's up, guys? My name's Brennan. I'm here with Michael with Different Places in Space, and we're gonna check out some of his pedal board here.
Yep. Yeah, so I used to play acoustic guitar in the band, and I had this Fishman tone deck, and it's kind of like a preamp for acoustic guitar, but when I switched to bass, I kind of rang it all together, and it has a bunch of different effects on it, but I'm always running a reverb and this little delay pedal on constantly throughout the set. And it kind of keeps things kind of ringing out consistently compared to, because I don't really like the really dry tone. I hate how it bites like that.
Definitely.
So I like it kind of to constantly ring. And then I also have this mono synth, which adds like a lot of crazy, it adds like a big deep tone, which is a lot of fun. And I use that sparingly. And I usually have a Q-tron going too, but I took that out for this show tonight. And I have this phase shifter here by Electro-Harmonix. You can kind of hear it there. It adds this adds a little ring. It phases it all out and adds a little bite to it, which is cool. But one of my favorite is this Astral Destiny pedal you can hear here. It just adds this like crazy.
I was hearing this during sound check, and I love the sound of this pedal. It's very spacey, very ambient. I love it.
And you can stretch the tone too. You can hear that, but my big thing on this is I hate a strong word, but I hate really dry bass tone, so I always have this delay and the reverb on together. And then this tone deck, because it's a preamp, it has all these other settings too. Like it has a flanger in it, and it also has this. It has a tremolo as well, which can get kind of cool. Yeah, you can kind of hear how that rings. But I personally like the flanger going because I just love how it kind of very like 80s tone sound, you know? It sounds like an 80s synth. Yeah. But if you can hear it, I'm really keen on having this reverb and the delay going all the time. You can kind of hear it there. If you take it off, it just kind of dies, you know? So, and that's like people will be like, your tone sounds so crazy, and it's because of these two constantly go.
And can you tell us about the bass here?
Yeah, I have. I'm huge. Ampegs. I'm huge on Ampegs, and Ampegs are really great. And I find myself playing the bass between the 7th and like the 14th fret. So I'm way more in mid range. So I wanted something that had higher tonal sound. So like I'm not really big on like 115. So this is a 212 Ampeg, which is like it has the beefy tone, but it also has that crisp mid tone, which is what I love. You can hear it punches through so well. You know, because that low's really nice, but it's also that high is really nice too. You know. And this is
for your instruments.
yeah, thanks, dude. It's a Portaflex PF 500, and the 500's great. I love the tone. But yeah, and then this, like I said, this synth tone is really crazy. But I find myself playing a lot of bass chords. And sometimes with
Is it 7th? Right?
yeah, maybe 7th.
I love your pick guard as well.
Yeah, this is some dude in Texas makes these leather
leather?
pick guards. Yeah, it's leather and coffee. Isn't that crazy? Touch it. Ooh. yeah, no, it's crazy, isn't it though?
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, this is it's your standard Fender P bass, precision bass. It's not an older one. I bought it new, and I put this pick guard on it, and I just love the tone. I mean, that sounds clean, clean and warm, you know. So that.
How did you meet different places in space and get playing with them?
Definitely like more than a handful years ago now. First off, just being friends from different social circles, and then one day when they needed a fill-in drummer for a show, I sat in, and it wasn't too long after that they asked me to be the official drummer. And then it wasn't too long after that, we ended up getting Lucas to complete the trio to a quartet.
Awesome. And like, what would you say different places in space sound is like, and what you guys are aiming for with your current album?
Hopefully, like for me, and hopefully for everyone else, that it's just like fun, and definitely just like a nice sonic exploration. That could be different to anyone who listens to it. As long as you're having fun with it, grooving to it, it's definitely a nice, expansive sound in general, not trying to be limited by too much, but still staying cohesive to ourself as well.
And like, did you start off playing drums real young, or how did you get into playing drums?
Yeah, 4th grade, I started playing drums. It was either going to be saxophone or drums, and I stuck with drums. And then eventually at 14 is when I got my first drum kits. Loved it, been doing it ever since.
So like, when you're playing drums, like what's the part that like lets you get lost in the music? Like, what's your drum style bringing that makes it special and different?
I'll always treat and cater my drumming to the song, but at the same time I never want to get bored drumming. And for all the little tings and twangs with my cymbals that I can give, basing things off the lead vocals and lead guitar, helps me stay active, and eventually between the different like dynamics, build-ups, arrangements, just fully let go. And like I always say, I'll get lost taking a swim into my cymbals, and just loving it, smiling away all the same.
Who are the people that like influenced your drumming, and like bands that like really helped create how you want to play?
Oh man, I always fear that question.
It's the hardest one because remembering the bands is hard enough.
Yeah. I mean, not really listening to a lot of different stuff early on, more so in like my teenage years. I would say, well, actually I take that back. My probably earliest like pop rock kind of danciness came from the Footloose and Top Gun soundtracks, very Kenny Loggins influence, as well as Michael Jackson's Thriller. But then other drummers in bands, especially, I mean, I still love him to this day, Travis Barker from Blink-182. But at the same time, even like harder stuff, out more on like the chaotic side of life. Circle Takes the Square, their drummer from back in the day is like amazing to me. Like totally diverse right there. Then there's like the historical drummers of like the past, contemporaries, and then just like not being limited to genres as well, and just seeing the different beats, flows, rhythms, anyone, anywhere, whatever time period has to offer.
What does jamming mean to you, and like what do you consider what do you consider the true improvisation of music for yourself?
Oh man, for all of us to really like let go at once and still be on a similar but different wavelength within ourselves, that's some true magic in and of itself. Because like even within like some of the song structures, there's still, for me at least, there's still a little bit of that leeway to hold down the beat but still stay active, and depending on where they go, I'll follow, or if I need to help drive something or slow something down. It's a nice chaotic yet understanding conversation through music.
And like, what do you want us to know about the album?
I just hope you're taking to another place from whence you started the album.
Nice. Cool. Is that good? Okay. Thank you, Mike. I threw some hardballs at you. Sorry about that.
What's that?
I threw some hardballs at you.
Oh man, when it comes to the drummer stuff, it's just like, man, I'm not gonna say like Buddy Rich, even though it's like, yeah.
You can say Buddy Rich, it's fine.
And then it's just like, man, I hate being that, but I'm still that pop punk kid in like a fucking jam rock band, you know. But I just love it all the same. Like, yeah, hard stuff, jam stuff, dance stuff.
Oh, sweet.
It's gonna be dance beats and breakdowns.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you all.
I'm Brennan once again. We're here with Daniel from Different Places in Space. We're also checking out his rig. This is more in my wheelhouse. I'm a guitar player myself, so I'm very interested in seeing how he gets his tone. I already love the reddish guitars and the orange amp. But tell us about definitely about your pedal board first, and then we'll get through it.
Cool, yeah. I mean, I'm influenced by like the psychedelia sound, so I like a lot of wet reverb, delays, you know, little modulation, that kind of stuff. I've been getting more into like fuzz and overdrive to get kind of that darker psychedelic tone. But I have more pedals than this, but this is kind of where I'm at right now. It shifts around, but
Never have enough pedals.
that's right. They're expensive hobby, but they make cool sounds. So yeah, I mean, like this is kind of my generic clean tone. With a little bit of that Strymon reverb.
A little bit of reverb. Okay, so it's that. I gotcha.
So that's how I'll play, like, basically. I'll never play just clean, but if I'm playing pretty clean, just that little reverb on there. And then, like, if I'm doing some lead, I'll use this, you get some I've been playing for like 20 years, yeah. It's been a while. I DJ'd for like a year, so you gotta knock off a year. Because it's like, yeah, no more guitar, but then I was like, yeah, I like guitar. But yeah, I was,
What kind of like? What are your influences as a guitarist?
I would say like, that's tough, man. A lot of like blues musicians, like Muddy Waters, and then like,
Amazing.
more current, like Frusciante, John Frusciante from the original, like one of the original guys, maybe not the original from Red Hot Chili Peppers, but he's got a really cool style. Yeah, and like I'm a big King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard fan.
And yours is amazing. We have so
Yes.
many records.
Yeah, they're crazy. So yeah, like they're a big influence of mine, and anyone in that psychedelia realm, the new age psychedelic stuff, and 60s psychedelic stuff. That's kind of what I listen to. And world music, I like world music a lot too.
It's awesome. Man.
Heck yeah. We got
Appreciate
like
you being with us here, and definitely during the sound check, I was very impressed with what I've been hearing, especially the fact that it's your album release.
Yeah, we're
and it's pretty
excited.
exciting.
It's huge.
can you tell me how you got started in music, like how you first started learning it, what drew you to it?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been singing since I was, little, and I was actually, I took a lot of classical vocal lessons and did some theater growing up and stuff like that. And my dad owned a record store, so it was kind of like classical clarinet mom and then record store dad. So it was just like rock and roll was something I had to do. And yeah.
So that sounds like really interesting influences. Like, what were bands that influenced your style and helped you to pursue music?
It's tough. I was always a big Doors fan early on. Dion DiMucci, singer-wise, I kind of grew up with like doo-wop. So doo-wop was kind of like a really early influence. And then, I always liked psychedelic stuff though, even as a kid. The abstract always made a little more sense to me. So.
It was just the Doors that were the psychedelic part, or was there other
Huge
bands?
Zeppelin fan when I was like 12. Still am, but I got like deep into Led Zeppelin for a while. I got a lot of stuff. I love Zappa. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then, how did you hook up with different places in space? How did you start finding out about them and playing with them?
Yeah, so I moved to Pittsburgh to pursue kind of like more solo music, 2017, and then I kind of immediately met Mr. Palladini, Michael, and he was in a band at the time, and I went and saw them play a couple times, and they were kind of like a jam psychedelic group, and I was like, these guys are cool, and then just kind of over time started inviting me to sing a song for them here and there. I invite them over to work on some solo stuff, and then we were like, let's just merge this. So it's kind of what happened in 2019. Yeah.
Awesome. And then, what would you say is like what makes you guys a good jam band and a good psychedelic band? Like, what do you feel like your band is bringing, and how do you get into that groove where you're jamming, or you spaced out enough that it's psychedelic?
Definitely. I think we have a unique thing of, we have songs and song structure that's like just rock and roll, but then we have moments where we can really open up and jam. And I think we're kind of diving deeper into having both of those things go together. Yeah.
As far as your style, like, what do you bring? Like, what in your style of playing and singing? What makes you unique? Like, how is that happening? How do you feel like you're bringing that to an audience?
I kind of just let it flow, especially live. We practice a lot, so I just kind of like let everything flow, and I kind of go into a bit of an altered state, I think.
And then, where are you from originally?
I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Okay, and then you were you playing in that scene, and then you came to this scene?
I was as a teenager, pretty much, and then I lived in New York City for a bunch of years, and was kind of going around playing with different people there, and then I was kind of touring through, played a show in Pittsburgh, and I was like, oh, this is a cool town. And then the drummer of a band I was in at the time moved here, and he was always like, yo, you got to come to Pittsburgh. And I was getting real tired of New York, and then I was like, all right, let's go to Pittsburgh. And I think it's been a great decision. I've met some really cool people, great music scene here. Yeah.
And what would you say makes this scene unique compared to other scenes?
Very connected. People really do help each other out and kind of lift each other up. And it's been kind of going on with Ames Harding, who's playing tonight. Like, we kind of lift each other up as we've played with them a bunch of times, and there's a lot of bands that we kind of do that with here in Pittsburgh, so it's good.
What do you want people to know about the album that you have coming out?
It's very psychedelic.
How do you approach songwriting?
Ooh, okay. Every song's a little different. Like Dark River Orange Sun was a very natural. We were jamming on some like real bluesy stuff, and then we started going into like a bridge naturally, and then ending kind of just started happening, and that was a song where we all kind of had our own parts. Drummer, Mike did what he did. Michael on bass kind of just had that drive going, and then Dan, of course, kind of came up with the original riff, and then vocally I just kind of sang right into it. That was one of those songs where it was like a whole band really wrote a song together, and we kind of do that a lot, I think.